2019 BMW 3 Series car review. A lighter, larger 3 Series. We drove two versions from the new G20 Generation 3 Series in Portugal, rear-drive 330i models all the time and the M340i X-Drive for the track. The cluster architecture car platform undergirding both cars is stiffer, lighter, shaving 120 pounds in the previous generation model, based on BMW, and, yes, greater than the car it replaces. It grows 1.6 inches in wheelbase and 3.0 inches in overall length, and possesses a wider track both front and back. Still, the priorities are right. Its center of gravity is lowered 0.4 inch in accordance with the outgoing F33 series. Both the modest 255 horsepower 4-cylinder 330i and also the driver-focused, 382 horsepower and Lean-E6-powered M340i offer class-competitive turbocharged powertrains with power gains of 7 and 62 horsepower, respectively, in the models they replace. Both demonstrated the composure we expect inside the class on account of a sincere effort from the chassis team along with a genuine investment in hardware. The 4-cylinder feels much like most boosted 2.0-liter 4s with this segment, offering adequate if uninspired power. Grunt comes early with this particular engine, however its higher response doesn't encourage chasing the red line. It's definitely not slow, nevertheless its power delivery and sound allow it to be more an instrument than a toy. The 6 triggers deeper emotions. It's smoother and sounds better, also it makes the M340i a seriously quick thing. Both models are offered with a rear or optional all-wheel drive, using the rear-drive M340i limited to the US market. This is no knock to ZF. However, it is ubiquitous and effective 8-speed automatic is regrettably the only real transmission choice. Chassis changes for better handling. Among the brand new hard parts is undoubtedly an electronically controlled limited-slip differential. It's bundled with 19-inch wheels with summer tires on rear-drive models and all-season rubber on X-Drive versions as well as a variable ratio steering rack inside Sport Package $5,000 for the 330i, that machines are standard on all M340i models. But the bits that seem to matter most, the methods primarily liable for a controlled chassis when pushed plus a comfortable one otherwise, are the newest position-sensitive dampers. Hydraulic stop dampers, in BM speak, which occur both the camp car and those while using Sport Package. The dampers work with a tapered inner tube about the compression stroke within the rear and around the rebound stroke within the front to improve damping force by 50%. Adaptive dampers are optional on either version and were installed for the M340i X-Drive models we drove for the track. But their presence isn't important for excellent dynamics. As with your previous experience with a prototype version on the new 3, our blast through Portugal's inland backroads proved the bandwidth from the passive suspension within the Sport Package-equipped 330i. The outside wheels absorbed small but sharp mid-corner bumps at committed speeds without upsetting the chassis. A sign of not simply an effective spring-damper combination but sufficient travel around the Sport Package cars, which sit 0.4 inch a lesser amount than the base models and still have springs that happen to be 20% stiffer and firmer anti-roll bars. But most important, the limits are defined both by neutral handling plus a helm that imbues a person with confidence. Sport Package-equipped 330i models and each M340i consist of 13.7-inch front rotors matched to 4-piston fixed calipers, a mixture that, for the road, proved impervious to fade. The 330i's steering feel, at speed along with sport mode selected, is effective in prudently sensing leading tires relationship while using tarmac. Push hard as there are a substantive answer over the variable ratio rack which simply isn't found in comfort mode. This, says Joseph Van As, BMW's vice chairman of driving dynamics, is really a product of multiple changes inside model's steering and suspension in addition to the stiffer chassis. In sport mode, the power steering system's thrust help reduced compared to the previous 3 series, allowing the ideal amount of kickback and surface acknowledgement to succeed in the driver's hands. Caster is increased to create greater self-centering torque. Though the 3's steering is definitely accurate, those that drive with purpose will appreciate the extra information and modestly increased effort easily obtainable in sport mode. Inside, the style is updated but familiar in their relatively Spartan presentation. When equipped, BMW's Live Cockpit Professional adds a 12.3-inch display. Certainly wherein clockwise sweeping speedometer and counterclockwise tachometer define the outer edges with the instrument cluster. A 10.3-inch infotainment screen is additionally included. Otherwise, base cars get 5.7-inch and 8.8-inch screens. A large head-up display projects various information, speed limits, route instructions and navigation data, warning indicators, and more, onto the windshield, as there are no watchily available method for disable it. Dedicated buttons which are more used features on the VAC and audio controls reside below the infotainment screen. The center console has buttons for your driving modes, engine start, along with other functions and also a large iDrive knob flanking the shifter. It's a clean, usable design, but neither the type of material nor the presentation flatter the 3's status as a possible entry-luxury car. Mazda currently offers interiors which can be more striking and equally simple to use. Say hey, BMW for personal assistance, sometimes. But only Mercedes, which consists of MBUX system, gives a personal assistant feature just like what BMW debuts within this 3 series. Called the BMW Intelligent Personal Assistant, the feature responds to voice prompts preceded from the words "Hey, BMW," or it will, sometimes reluctantly, accept whatever name allowing it. But its comprehension is usually poor, plus it was unresponsive to repeated efforts to communicate using common language. When we did finally summon its attention, the assistant surely could tell us the gap to a large nearby city and also to confirm that the engine oil level was okay, a command BMW provided for an example inside systems demonstration. Overall, though, the tech felt supremely unprepared for production. Few experiences tends to be more frust than talking into a machine that will not respond. Typically, our hearing-impaired mother-in-law's presence is necessary for such indignities. But really, that's all of that is wrong in the 3 series. The front seats are generally supportive and attractive, then there is more space than inside the earlier car. 6-footers will fit comfortably within the outboard rear seats, as well as the standard rear seatback has become 402,040 split. And, needless to say, there is not any shortage of tech. The optional driving assistant professional combines the functions and the available adaptive cruise control and also the steering and lane keeping assist. Even without the system enabled, the lane keeping feature got its share of liberties whether it senses your vehicle is too near the lane's edge, that may be annoying. A new backup assistant will retrace the 3's path back for up to 50 yards to help in complex backing maneuvers. Pricing and arrival times. Pricing for that 2019 330i comes to the 2018 model at $41,245, even though the 2020 M340i starts at $54,995. Roughly $2,500, a lot more than the old 340i equipped using the track handling package and summer tires. Adding xDrive either to model ups the tab by $2,000. Expect the 2019 330i to stay in dealerships in March 2019, together with the M340i, a 2020 model, arriving within the summer. A 330e plug-in hybrid will abide by in 2020, but there won't be. Current intends to bring a diesel-powered 3 Series or maybe a wagon on the United States. That BMW has executed an ideal sports sedan remains in sight. That it renders a vast improvement in the outgoing 3 Series is without a doubt.